What is up, guys? Welcome to another Behind the Curve Reacts. Today, we're taking a little step away from the normal content that I react to on this channel. It's going to be, this is like a spoken word type thing. It's a Patreon request from my newest $5 patron, Rad Circles. And this is going to be Shane. Not even going to try pronouncing his last name because I'm going to butcher it. It'll be in the title, though. But yeah, it's going to be his work, To This Day project. To This Day project. It sounds weird. Like, it should, like, feel like the title is just This Day project. And I don't know. I'm out of my mind. But yeah, I have no idea really what to expect here. I'm not the biggest fan of poetry just in general. But, you know, you got to keep an open mind. You always have to keep an open mind because it might be something just absolutely profound. So, yeah, I'm excited for something just different. So, yeah, once again, thank you so much, Rad Circles, for the patronage, for the support. And let's go ahead and get into it.
When I was a kid, I used to think that pork chops and karate chops were the same thing. I thought they were both pork chops. And because my grandmother thought it was cute, and because they were my favorite, she let me keep doing it. Not really a big deal. One day, before I realized fat kids are not designed to climb trees, I fell out of a tree and bruised the right side of my body. I didn't want to tell my grandmother about it because I was scared I'd get in trouble for playing somewhere I shouldn't have been. A few days later, the gym teacher noticed the bruise and I got sent to the principal's office. From there, I was sent to another small room with a really nice lady who asked me all kinds of questions about my life at home. I saw no reason to lie. As far as I was concerned, life was pretty good. I told her whenever I'm sad, my grandmother gives me karate chops. This led to a full-scale investigation, and I was removed from the house for 3 days until they finally decided to ask how I got the bruises. News of this silly little story quickly spread through the school, and I earned my first nickname, Pork Chop. To this day, I hate pork chops. I'm not the only kid who grew up this way. Surrounded by people who used to say that rhyme about sticks and stones. As if broken bones hurt more than the names we got called, and we got called them all. So we grew up believing no one would ever fall in love with us. That we'd be lonely forever. That we'd never meet someone to make us feel like the sun was something they built for us in their tool shed. So broken heartstrings bled the blues as we tried to empty ourselves so we would feel nothing. Don't tell me that hurts less than a broken bone. That an ingrown life is something surgeons can cut away. That there's no way for it to metastasize, it does. She was 8 years old. Our first day of grade 3 when she got called ugly. We both got moved to the back of class so we would stop getting bombarded by spitballs. But the school halls were a battleground where we found ourselves outnumbered day after wretched day. We used to stay inside for recess because outside was worse. Outside, we'd have to rehearse running away or learn to stay still like statues, giving no clues that we were there in grade 5. They tipped a sign to the front of her desk that read, "Beware of dog." To this day, despite a loving husband, she doesn't think she's beautiful because of a birthmark that takes up a little less than half her face. Kids used to say she looks like a wrong answer that someone tried to erase but couldn't quite get the job done. And they'll never understand that she's raising 2 kids whose definition of beauty begins with the word mom. Because they see her heart before they see her skin. Because she's only ever always been amazing. He was a broken branch grafted onto a different family tree. Adopted. Not because his parents opted for a different destiny. He was 3 when it became a mixed drink of 1 part left alone and 2 parts tragedy. Started therapy in 8th grade, had a personality made up of tests and pills, lived like the uphills were mountains and the downhills were cliffs, 4/5 suicidal, a tidal wave of antidepressants, and an adolescence being called pauper. 1 part because of the pills, 99 parts because of the cruelty. He tried to kill himself in grade 10 when a kid who could still go home to mom and dad had the audacity to tell him, get over it. As if depression is something that can be remedied by any of the contents found in a first aid kit. To this day, he is a stick of TNT lit from both ends. Could describe to you in detail the way the sky bends in the moments before it's about to fall. And despite an army of friends who all call him an inspiration, he remains a conversation piece between people who can't understand. Sometimes being drug-free has less to do with addiction and more to do with sanity. We weren't the only kids who grew up this way. To this day, kids are still being called names. The classics were Hey Stupid, Hey Spaz. Seems like every school has an arsenal of names getting updated every year. And if a kid breaks in a school and no one around chooses to hear, do they make a sound? Or they're just background noise from a soundtrack stuck on repeat when people say things like kids can be cruel? Every school was a big top circus tent, and the pecking order went from acrobats to lion tamers, from clowns to carnies. All of these miles ahead of who we were freaks. Lobster claw boys and bearded ladies. Oddities juggling depression and loneliness, playing solitaire, spin the bottle, trying to kiss the wounded parts of ourselves and heal. But at night, while the others slept, we kept walking the tightrope. It was practice, and yes, some of us fell. But I want to tell them that all of this is just debris left over when we finally decide to smash all the things we thought we used to be. And if you can't see anything beautiful about yourself, get a better mirror. Look a little closer. Stare a little longer. Because there's something inside you that made you keep trying despite everyone who told you to quit. You built a cast around your broken heart and signed it yourself. You signed it. They were wrong. Because maybe you didn't belong to a group or a clique. Maybe they decided to pick you last for basketball or everything. Maybe you used to bring bruises and broken teeth to show and tell but never told. Because how can you hold your ground if everyone around you wants to bury you beneath it? You have to believe that they were wrong. They have to be wrong. Why else would we still be here? We grew up learning to cheer on the underdog because we see ourselves in them. We stem from a root planted in the belief that we are not what we were called. We are not abandoned cars stalled out and sitting empty on some highway. And if in some way we are, don't worry. We only got out to walk and get gas. We are graduating members from the class of We Made It. Not the faded echoes of voices crying out names will never hurt me. Of course, they did. But our lives will only ever always continue to be a balancing act that has less to do with pain and more to do with beauty.
Damn. What? That was... Damn. That was something, Shane... Not even gonna try. Okay, let's go ahead and get big. Man, that was fucking heavy. That yeah. I mean, words really matter. You know, like, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter who people think you are. Words hurt, words cut. Words can do more damage than damn near anything else. I mean, speech is just crazy like that. And yeah, this was, I mean, so the poem itself was, you know, incredibly heartfelt, you know, it very much was. But then the animation with it too just, you know, brought it to a whole nother level, made it even more real. And it's just, yeah, I mean, it's not good. It's really not good. You really need to think before you know, say things like this. Like, yeah, I mean, what you say can make all of the difference to somebody, whether that be positive or negative. And yeah, it's unfortunate that we always focus about the negative, because that's the one that's always front and center in our mind. But, you know, words can have just that much impact to you on the opposite side. All it takes is kindness. All it takes is not purposefully going out and causing harm to other people. Be that physical harm, be that emotional harm, be that however you want to take that. It affects people in more ways than you will ever know. But that's another reason why, like leaving your hometown, leaving your high school is so important. I mean, it's not just going to college, which is awesome. You surround yourself with a bunch of new people, people from all over the world. Like college is a big melting pot like that, which is really cool. But yeah, high school fucking sucks, man. Like high school is fucking hard. Like I could go off and I could list off all the names that I was called in high school, and this would be a 45-minute video. Like it's absolutely crazy. But, to anybody out there in my viewing audience that is, really having a hard time with people or just with, society or with everything that's going on in the world, like it will get better. It will get better. You've just got to keep reminding yourself that. You've just got to keep repeating it. It will get better. And then once it gets better, keep repeating it because it will continue to get better. Like you may be at an incredibly low place right now, but there's absolutely nothing to say that you will continue to be there, especially for the entire future. Absolutely nothing at all to say that what you're feeling right now will continue forever. Like, trust me, it does get better. But yeah, good God. Thank you so much, Rad Circles. Like, I really appreciate the suggestion. This was really interesting. It was really, I mean, I'm not going to say eye-opening, but it was really just, it was a very interesting visualization of what a lot of us go through and what a lot of us are too ashamed to talk to anybody else about, which is just a damn shame. If anybody, though, is having these feelings, if anybody, needs to talk or anything like that, down in the description, I will put the suicide prevention hotline number down there. There's also a website. If you don't want to talk to somebody, you can communicate via messages, like text messages or like a messaging system there on the website. I'll put all that information down in there because even if you're feeling bad, there's apps or feeling down, there's no reason to go through it yourself. I know you want to be strong. I know that you want to be able to do everything yourself, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with asking for a little bit of help. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you in another reaction very soon.